Welcome back. My name is Ivica Cartello. You are watching React School compiler. Process compiling, compilation, compiler, compile. It is process from high language, high computer language to machine language. Here is a machine language. In this example is React high level language. It is JavaScript, and from human thought we write in high language our programs. Concretely here is React, and computer work only with binary code, only with machine language, and we need construct compiler who will translate high level language to machine language, and process is here. React is JavaScript, but JavaScript the momentary version is version 7 this year 2022 would be version 8, and for JavaScript engine we need old version, and for that there is translator Babel. Babel is a JavaScript compiler, but it is not compiler from high level to machine language. No, it is compiler from a new version of JavaScript to old version, and here syntax analyzer. It is with the token start JavaScript engine. In that JavaScript engine coming old version of JavaScript. It is what is old version? It is version JavaScript version before version 5. Version 5 is came out 2015. Okay, version 5, and of course version 6 also must go in version before version 5 JavaScript, and use JavaScript engine who start with syntax analyzer. Okay, Babel is a tool chain that is mainly used to convert script 2015 plus code into backwards compatible version of JavaScript. And process of compiler process start with syntax analyzer token, and after token parse is 1/3 of our high level language, and after that syntax analyzer we have a generator of a virtual machine language, and this is some example of a virtual machine language: push constant, go to loop, etc. It is abstraction as high level also, but it is also one abstraction. We write it on the paper, and why we need virtual machine language? We need a virtual machine language cause for mobility of JavaScript. Mobility means that JavaScript can go on all kind of computers. Every family of processors, of central processor unit, of microprocessors, every family, there is from factory, there is machine language, and there is assembly language. And assembly language, when we JavaScript translate directly to assembly, to language of that family, we would be a lot of jobs for every family. We must do lot of job for a lot of coding for every processors separately. But when we have a virtual machine language, it is name is virtual machine, it is like a virtual processor. And when we have a virtual machine language, we code only one from high level to virtual machine language. Only one, and that part from high level to virtual machine language, that process, that coding, that generate virtual machine language, it is process unique, same code for all kind of computers. Mobile, iPad, devices with any kind of computers and any kind of family of processors, and translate from virtual machine language to assembly language. It is separate for every device. It means that virtual machine translator translate to concretely assembly language, and it means that machine must have VMware virtual machine translator, and the different coding is only that part coding from virtual machine translator to assembly language. That part is different, but before that, from high level to virtual machine language, that part is constant for all computer. In that kind of compiler, we have a lot of we have less for coding. Okay, high level Babel syntax analyzer, starting JavaScript engine with syntax analyzer, parse, generator of virtual machine language. We have virtual machine language, translate virtual machine language, translate to assembly language translate to machine language, and with machine language in memory, we can start that program. Who translate this with which programs we create tokenization, parse, generator of virtual machine language, translate from virtual machine language to assembly language, translate from assembly language to machine language, who make with what programs we created. We can create it with any programs, with C++, Python, any language, Java, and it means that syntax analyzer, it means that tokenization, we can create program in JavaScript, C++, Python. After that, from tokenization to parse, we can that process made with also Python, C++. From parse, from syntax analyzer, create a generator of virtual machine language. It is also, that generator is also from Java, C++, Python, and translate from virtual machine language to assembly language. We make also by C++, Java, Python. We can made it with what we want, and from assembly language to machine language, that part of process made factory, but it is assembler is unique for every processor's family, and assembly language is unique. Also, assembler is translator, is compiler from assembly language to machine language. That part, assembly language, assembler, and machine language, it is for concretely very concretely processors. Assembler is also factory created by Java or Python or C++. That is about compiler. Compiler from human thought to high-level language, after high-level language, concretely React, to Babel, after Babel go in JavaScript engine, token, parse, generator of virtual machine language, virtual machine language, virtual machine translator to assembly language, and after assembly language we have factories assembler for that family, processor family, and after assembler we have machine language in memory, and we can programs can start program working. Thank you very much for watching this video.